Hey, my name is Hunter here at Weather on the Go. Welcome back on this Friday, August the 15th, 2025. Today is National Relaxation Day, so I guess just kick back and relax, watch the forecast. Looking here at severe weather moving across the United States over the next few days, damaging winds, hail, and tornadoes. Also looking at Hurricane Erin that has just become a Category 1 hurricane in the Atlantic Basin, and your long-range forecast going through late August and into early September. So if you enjoy these straightforward, accurate, and life-saving weather breakdowns, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. We do 2-a-days when it's active. We do a video pretty much every single day, which, is daily. Like the video, give it a thumbs up, and share it with a friend, family member, and on social media. So let's look currently at our temperatures this afternoon. Going to be another hot day across the central United States from the plains up here into the Midwest and Great Lakes, and that is due to a high pressure ridge moving in from the west. And you can see our temperatures this afternoon. We're into the 90s, triple digits, with some records sprinkled in there from Colorado into the Texas Panhandle, into the Amarillo area. We're up to 101 this afternoon. Extending into the weekend on Saturday, much of the same, 90s, low 100s, and guess what? We do it all over again on Sunday, August 17th as well. We look at those feel-like temperatures, those heat index readings this afternoon. From South Dakota southward to the Lone Star State of Texas, we're into the low 100s, perhaps 105 in some areas. And then as we go into Saturday looks to be the hottest day, especially up here in Iowa, where we could press 105, 106 in some areas, especially the Des Moines Metroplex. And then as we go into Sunday, guess what? We got more of the same, 100 to 105. So if your job ventures you outdoors, or if you're having any outdoor activities, make sure to stay hydrated out there, drink plenty of water, and find frequent breaks in the shade and air conditioning, because these temperatures are going to be scorching hot the next couple of days into the weekend. Now, into the central United States view, we're going to be looking at potentially some severe weather in yellow. That is where scattered severe thunderstorms is possible from South Dakota into Minnesota, Wisconsin, and northeastern Iowa. In the dark green surrounding that, that's where isolated severe weather will be possible. There is a tornado risk today in the green. That's a 2% chance of tornadoes from the Minneapolis, St. Paul area, the Twin Cities, all the way up into northern Wisconsin, the Rhinelander area, and the western UP of Michigan. And then extending into Saturday, it moves just slightly further south. So now we're talking more of northern Nebraska, northern Iowa, northern Illinois, and guess what? Northern Indiana as well. So we're going to see that shifting a little bit further to the south, and isolated severe weather will be possible, although an upgrade will be possible as the Storm Prediction Center gains more confidence, and that could get upgraded to a yellow area just like we have today. Although, again, tomorrow we have a slight chance of a tornado across areas of South Dakota, around the Rapid City area, Aberdeen, and Sioux Falls. Pierre areas there as well, so be watching out for the potential of tornadoes tomorrow. Now, here today at noon, in the blue, you see the clearing. White is cloud cover, and the green is the rainfall. So here we go at noon. Got some showers up there in Minnesota. Afternoon, we could have a couple of those bigger storm cells developing in southern Minnesota into Iowa. Those could bring the risk for some 60-mile-per-hour winds, some hail, and even an isolated tornado threat. Isolated into scattered storms popping up there back into the Rockies. Those could start to ignite some severe weather as well, and they'll just kind of go around the ring of fire. A big complex of storms could develop very early Saturday morning back in South Dakota, western Minnesota, tracking through the Twin Cities area during the wee hours of the morning on Saturday, and daybreak moving across areas of Wisconsin, including La Crosse and Rhinelander. And then moving further to the east here into Saturday afternoon, those storms will have a tendency to bend a little bit further south into the better instability. So we'll be watching areas near Chicago, Milwaukee, Madison, and back there toward Dubuque, Iowa for some more severe weather. Although, again, the high plains going to be watching the Dakotas for more severe weather tomorrow evening, because some of those could pose a risk for tornadoes. In the eastern U.S., lots of sunshine here at noon, baking here across the east as well at times with some warmer temperatures, but we have storms popping up in the southeast as we go into the late afternoon and early evening. Some of those could bring some locally heavy downpours and cloud to ground lightning. Severe weather, though, is not expected. And then as we start the day on Saturday, partly cloudy, a mix of sun and clouds across the east here, and we could have a few thunderstorms developing from portions of the Ohio, Tennessee River Valley up into the northeast, but they will be on a widely scattered coverage. So not everybody will see these. It's a 30-40% chance of development. So don't come back here and say, well, you said thunderstorms. Well, it's scattered, folks, so it doesn't mean everybody's going to see it. In the western U.S. we go. We have showers across portions of the Pacific Northwest into Seattle as we go through the day today. Going to be a wet day in Seattle. There's no mistake about it. Probably a good day to stay indoors and watch some movies out there. Again, it is National Relaxation Day after all. So relax and watch some movies there in the Pacific Northwest. Going to be a rainy day. You guys should be used to it in Seattle anyway. And then in the portions of the Rockies, Four Corners region, expecting some showers and storms as we go through the rest of the day. And then going into Saturday, yeah, we got more of those storms across the Rockies. So that's what we're dealing with here across the U.S. over the next couple of days, at least the next 48 hours. Going to Sunday, August 17th, the latter portion of the weekend, we have more isolated severe weather across the north. Again, this is climatologically favorable for the northern U.S. to see severe weather this time of year, so it's not that unrealistic to see some severe weather. But again, Sunday could be seeing more of those 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts, quarter-size hail, and isolated tornado threat. We'll keep an eye on that as we go into Sunday. Rainfall amounts going through 7 a.m. on Monday, August 18th. We got 3 distinct areas of rainfall: Pacific Northwest, Upper Midwest, and near the Gulf Coast in Florida. And you can see the Pacific Northwest near Seattle could be picking up 3 to 4 inches worth of rainfall just this weekend alone. And then over here into the upper Midwest, eastern Dakotas, Minnesota, Wisconsin, kind of into the UP of Michigan, mainly looking at 1 to 3 inches of rain. Could be pockets of 4 to 5 inches if we get those repeated rounds of storms to move over the same areas. We'll be keeping an eye on that. Heading into next week, Monday, August 18th through Friday, August 22nd, ridge of high pressure is going to just sit over the Four Corners region. Airflow is clockwise around a ridge of high pressure, which means that warmth out west will eventually spread east again towards portions of the central U.S. like the Midwest and the Mississippi Valley, trending above normal next week. The precipitation, though, will likely start to shut off in the middle of the country underneath of that ridge of high pressure and push the above normal rains further to the east. So the southern Great Lakes, Ohio Valley, Mid-Atlantic, and Southeast starting to get rainier. Areas west of the Mississippi River starting to get drier as we go through next week. And you can see kind of the sporadic nature of the rainfall is going to be kind of hit or miss. Mainly the wettest areas will be either southern Canada, the main storm track, or down here near the southeast and Gulf Coast where we have some tropical moisture where we could be seeing an inch or two of rainfall there. And looking at a cold front, a strong one coming through as we go into latter half of next weekend, Sunday, August 24th into Monday, August 25th. Pretty nice cold front coming in from southeastern Canada could graze the Great Lakes, upper Midwest, and Northeast with some below normal temperatures for a change. And this could bring some 70s and lower humidity for a few days to these areas, where areas out west unfortunately won't be feeling the effects of the cold front. It'll be pretty warm out here as we go into next week. Let's look at the tropics, folks. We have Hurricane Erin, yes, Category 1 into the western main development region. It is approaching the northern side of the Leeward Islands as we speak. And the further west it goes, we've talked about this several times on my weather forecast, that it's going into a thermodynamically favored environment for rapid intensification as these water temperatures in brown and beige here to the north of Puerto Rico and the southwest Atlantic Basin in general are in the mid-upper 80s to near 90 degrees. So it's very, very warm. Intensity guidance has this all mainly a Category 3, which would make it a major hurricane by the time we get to the latter half of the weekend into early next week. Some guidance still actually getting into Cat 4 and maybe even Cat 5 is not out of the realm. So we'll be keeping an eye on that. Ensemble guidance. First, the European ensemble showing this remaining offshore. Yes, there could be some indirect impacts with some rip current risks and rough surf and swelling here, and maybe some beach erosion along the East Coast, and especially up there toward Bermuda. but largely the hurricane will miss the east coast of the United States, and the GFS ensemble guidance is in the same ballpark. So for anybody that is saying that the United States that could see a land impact from this system, landfall, probably unlikely. While it's not impossible, I think the chances by the hour, by the day, is really starting to dwindle. I think it's going to be further off the east coast and between Bermuda and the United States, but enough to bring a significant rip current risk, rough surf, and potentially some beach erosion, again, especially for the island of Bermuda. Now let's look here at the East Pacific. In contrast, is very quiet. We have 7 days of nothing happening here out in the East Pacific per the National Hurricane Center in Miami, Florida. And then we look here at the long range outlook. Late August into early September, we have equal chances of above or below normal temperatures. In the wake of that front, we could be seeing some decent temperatures there from the northern U.S. down into the south central U.S., so maybe a little bit of a break in the heat there. That will push the heat, though, further to the south and west. So areas in Florida, out west into the Four Corners region, the Rockies, Idaho, in fact, up there toward Montana. Going to be pretty warm as we go into the late portion of August and early September. Precipitation will be much drier in the wake of that front. That is for sure across the Great Lakes, the Ohio Valley, and into the Northeast. Above normal rains there along the Gulf Coast into the Southeast region. That will be tied to tropical influence, and then over there into Arizona and New Mexico, that will be monsoonal flow, and even southern Alaska seeing some rainfall there as well. So Anchorage, we could be seeing above normal precipitation as we go through late August and early September. Thank you all for watching today's weather forecast. Stick around. We may have another video later on today, which would be dropped around this evening, 5, 6 o'clock. Make sure to tune into that. If I don't have one later today, it will definitely be tomorrow. So make sure to tune back in, turn on all post notifications so you're notified for future videos, live streams I do here on the channel. If you enjoy these straightforward, accurate, reliable, informative, and life-saving weather forecasts, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. We are just a few subscribers away from 135,000. You want to help me get there? Subscribe to the channel if you are not already. Like the video, give it a thumbs up, and also share it with a friend, family member, and on social media. Thanks for watching, everybody. Thanks for the support, and have a wonderful and safe rest of your Friday out there.